Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight, we're reacting to Chivas Guadalajara versus Pumas UNAM, Liga MX Clausura 2026, Jornada 13. Happy Easter. Easter football. Domingo futbolero. Easter football. Fun. Here we are. Easter night. Chivas Pumas. Chivas, the super leader of the table. Pumas in 5th at Estadio Akron. This is a big match. A big match. How we doing, Elmini? How we doing? Chivas Pumas. This one should be interesting. What's your prediction? Chivas 3, Pumas 1. Hormiga with a brace. I don't know who scores the third goal. Probably. Ledesma. And then probably Juninho for Pumas. I have no idea if I am. If anything, I'm probably going to be behind as normal. How we doing, HJU? You'll probably be ahead of me, who we can, with how these things work. Either way, with that being said, went to the game yesterday. It was excellent. Awesome, Daniel. Ave says 2-2. Chivas contra Pumas in la Liga MX. Clausura, Jornada 13. Domingo futbolero. As I said, I think Hormiga scores too. Well, Pepita, get mad at Trump. Get mad at his people, not me. I have no power. And even if I did, I don't know what the hell those idiots do. I can't predict those idiots. So, when was the last time you reacted to a Chivas match? When they were in the Champions Cup? Had to be. So, I made a prediction. It was wrong. Like a lot of... I never said I was good at political predictions. My football predictions might be worse than I let on, so... Who we can... Start 11s. Talarangel in goal. The back three of Jose Castillo, Diego Campillo, Daniel Aguirre. The midfield four of Richie Ledesma, Ruben Gonzalez, Luis Romo, and Brian Gonzalez. The front midfield attacking two of Efrain Alvarez and Pio Alvarado, and up top Hormiga Gonzalez. It's like a year ago. Yeah. Sounds about right. Pumas in goal. Keylor Navas. Wait. Well, no. Didn't I do that Red Bull Chivas game? Wasn't that last year? Or was that a year after? Let me check. Rodrigo Lopez, Nathan Silva, Ruben Duarte, Pedro Vite, Alan Medina, Uriel Antuna, Jordan Carrillo, Alvaro Angulo, and up top, Robert Morales and Juninho. Brian Gutierrez looked good for Mexico. Well, good to hear. Now you're making me wonder. Hold on. Last Chivas, it was either the Champions Cup or Red Bull Chivas, because I feel like that was last year. You see Arsenal choke another trophy opportunity? Yeah. Because I think that was last fall. Yeah, it was Chivas Red Bulls. My bad. Chivas Red Bulls Leagues Cup, July 31st, 2025. That was the last Chivas game I've done. Then, of course, there are 2 games against America in the Champions Cup last March. There are 2 games against Sabao last February. And then after that, before that, the Chivas America tie in 24, the Forge tie, and then Leagues Cup games in 2023. So, You're one of two times. You're one of a couple of times I do Chivas games per year. Depending, I could do more if they make the playoff final, the Liga final. Either way, I don't believe in him at all. Antuna? Oh, Antuna. I think everybody does. Yeah, I don't believe in him either. Pumas have had a good run recently, but are they that good? Your mileage may vary. I mean, Chivas, if they lose this, fraud watch. I'm going to be real. I know Pumas is only, well, that's 6, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 7 points off of Chivas in 5th place. Juarez and Querétaro. Also, Juarez and Querétaro will be a game behind. Chivas and Pumas will not. For me, if Chivas loses this, even if they draw, I feel like that's fraud watch. Like, that's a red flag. Like, Pumas have been good recently. They've been better recently. 2 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss in their last 5, and the loss was against Toluca. Draws were against Tijuana and Cruz Azul. One of those you could accept, one of those probably not, even though Tijuana's up against, like, either way. Necaxa, they beat America, which America's been horrible, but, I mean, they've been better recently. So, of course, that was before the international break, so this has been 3 weeks ago, their last win. I mean, yeah, if Pumas, I'm going to say it, if Pumas win or even draw, I think that is fraud watch. That's a red flag. Chivas has been solid all year. I think they've been amazing. They've only lost 2. They haven't drawn a game at all. They've won 10. 10-0-2. Superliga. They are arguably, I mean, Toluca's still there, but they have to also have to weigh CONCACAF in their decisions. Cruz Azul, 2nd place, 3 points behind, and they lost to Pachuca yesterday. So if Chivas wins, now Toluca did beat Chivas. I would expect that. Genuinely, how does America not beat 10-men Santos? America are horrible this year. That's why. And I love to see it. This is awesome. Nashville's going to beat America. This is going to be fun. That's going to be fun to watch. I can't wait. It's going to be fun. Cruz Azul was Chivas' other... Wait, no, that was the playoffs in 2025. Oh, no, they did lose to Cruz Azul in February, though, actually. 2 straight losses. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight wins. They beat America, Pachuca, Juarez, Querétaro, San Luis, Mazatlan, America. They lost 2 straight to Cruz Azul and Toluca. Then they beat Atlas in the rivalry. That goes backwards. They beat Santos. They beat León. They beat Monterrey. They played Pumas, Tigres, Puebla, Necaxa, Tijuana. If they don't slip on this banana peel, I think they win out. Tigres might be a little bit tougher, but either way. Just like St. Maximin. Those Brazilians they brought in are bums, just like St. Maximin. So, the sad part for Chivas is that I think during the playoff, during the Liga, Mexican players, national team players are going to be in the camp warming up for the World Cup. Chivas is based off of all Mexican players. So that's going to be... Oh, and by the way, Talarangel is the 1A, 1B starter for Mexico, so that's awesome. Piojo's probably getting called up. Hormiga's probably getting called up, which, frankly, Hormiga's the reason why Chivas are as good as they are. They finally have a striker. I mean, let's be clear. Oh, they do have Sepulveda, though. They do have Angel Sepulveda. He did carry Cruz Azul to a Champions Cup. He did do that. So, and Ricardo Marin. Well, he's garbage. Well, 1 goal in 9 games. Garbage. Camberos, Gutierrez, we'll see if he gets called up, but he did get called up for March, so we'll see what happens with that. But either way, Sepulveda started the season badly, but he's been good recently. I mean, he should. Like, in theory, yeah, I think you should go to Europe. I think this is the moment. Like, he's not going, I mean, he's a good player. I'm not saying he ain't. And I think he's going to be a very good player for Chivas even after this season. The question is, I think, especially if he goes to the World Cup, he's going to Europe. I think him and Gilberto Mora are 2 of the guys that if they go to the World Cup, they're going to Europe. They're going to show up, and they're going to definitely look very good as it is. So we'll see how that goes. He's got it right. Okay. We never get that help anyway. I believe, I mean, 3 red cards. Let's be real. The Raheem Edwards red card was soft. Probably because he was the last man back. That's why he got the red card. It certainly wasn't for the foul. So, okay, if the ref was, I don't think the ref was biased. You don't make a tackle like that in the first half and not get a red card. The second red card, that's a second yellow. There was never going to be a check on that because you can't overturn a second yellow. So that second red card was going to stick. So, you don't do a, and by the way, blame Colorado for losing because they are idiots. That own goal was the dumbest thing I ever seen in my life. Well, okay. No, Bastoni was still dumber, but either way. Starting 11s are as follows. Rangel, Romo, Gonzalez, Castillo, Campillo, Ledesma, Alvarez, Gonzalez, Aguirre, Hormiga, Gonzalez, Piojo Alvarado for Militos Chivas. So, hey, we never get help like that anyway. That's the first time ever. I think the ref was shit. That's what I think. I don't think the ref won us the game. I think he's shit. That's what I think. They all are. Whoever's top of the table going into the final. Starting 11 for Efrain Morez's Pumas. Navas, Nathan, Angulo, Duarte, Lopez, Medina, Carrillo, Pedrovite, Uriel Antuna, Juninho, and Morales. Alberto Carrasquillas on the bench. Ah! Ay. Memote, well, he's normally on the bench. Right now, Tala Rangel. All time, Keylor Navas. But right now, it's Tala Rangel. Tala's better. Who's top of the league? I didn't say he should start for Mexico. I said he was better. That's all I said. mean, he hasn't been as bad as that Uruguay game or whatever it was. I mean, he's only had a couple of chances, but he hasn't been as bad as that Uruguay game. I thought he was solid during the window. I thought he was solid during the window. But I'm sure Ochoa will get at least one game during the group stage. Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. The Champions Cup. The team with the most points in the Champions Cup who goes to the final hosts the final. Just like the past 2 years. So the team who has the higher points total, they still count points. 3 for a win, 1 for a draw, 0 for a loss. Of course, during the Champions Cup knockout stage. So every game is worth points, which means the team who scores the most points on the table goes to the cup or hosts the cup final. Which there's also a question of we can choose where the cup finals hosted, says CONCACAF, if need be. But I don't think they'll do that. Either way, but they do reserve the right, I guess. Oh. Is that Efrain Juarez, the Mexican enchilada? No, that's disrespectful to Carlo Ancelotti. And we're off, 0-0, settle. That's disrespectful to Carlo Ancelotti. The fuck? Besides, you would hope not. Ishmael Lopez, the referee. Chivas in their red and white stripes. Pumas in white with the big Puma on the front of their jersey. 0-0, settle. That's 2-0 Pumas, says El Nini. Okay. Sure. I mean, Chivas should win this game. Like, I legit will let it rip if they lose. I have no reason to, but I shouldn't really care. But if this game ends up being a review and they lose, well, it will be a review if they lose. I will let it rip. It's the first game of them you've watched on stream since August. Yeah. I know they've been doing good, though. Playing forward. I've been seeing at least the highlights of what they've been doing, especially this fall. This spring. Well, is it the worst? No. Is it the smallest? Yes. Like by occupancy, yeah, it's the worst. Like the number of seats, it's the worst. But I don't think it's the worst stadium at the World Cup, and I don't think I'm biased. I mean, yeah, the extra seats look horrible. Like, those look like a death trap. I won't lie. But the added seats look like a death trap. But they did what they could with the time they had. I mean, if you're sitting in those extra seats, I'm sure it's going to suck more for sure. I don't think you could pay me to sit in those seats. Playing forward. I would feel claustrophobic but either way, I don't think the stadium's that. I mean, definitely the number of seats they have is the lowest, yeah. I think that's being harsh. Playing forward. I'm at 3:15. 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Well, now 3:20. 3 minutes 20. 0-0, settle. playing forward. Playing forward, Pumas. Yankees lost today. Well, good. Blue Jays suck right now. Speaking of Monday, no stream. We're off tomorrow because Illinois did not make the national championship in NCAA. I said I'd be live for the Final Four national championship if Illinois made the final. They did not do that. So, and no, I'm not going live for the Jays-Dodgers game. No. I don't even know if I want to watch it after what the shit they've pulled the past 6 games. Chivas clears the ball away. I don't even know if I want to watch it. Now, of course, I think they're 3-0 when I actually watch games, and they're 1-5 when I don't. So maybe I, on my own time, watch it, but I ain't doing it live. The next time you see me do a Jays-Dodgers game is if they play each other in the World Series. Oof. Either way. So, no, we're off tomorrow is all I'm saying. Playing forward. That's out for a goal kick. 0-0, 0-0. Playing forward. Yankees looking like contenders. They'll blow it at some point. They're not going to. They always do this in your current era. They start hot, they choke. So I'm sure the Jays will fix up. I'm sure. We really pissed away our shot, didn't we? Free kick for Chivas. We really pissed away our shot, didn't we? Of course we did. Huh. Well, I didn't know this. Feitelson crashed out on Crozas. Oh, no. Oh, Lord. Yellow card for Rodrigo Lopez on Pumas. Free kick for Chivas. 7-12. I've never been to the Final Four either. I've never been to the Final Four either. Even though I think it's been in like St. Louis once. That was like 2004. State hasn't been there, so I've never been to the Final Four. Eighth minute. How we doing, Rory? Actually, I don't think I've ever gone to an NBA game either. That's out for a throw-in for Pumas. playing forward. Playing forward. Shot. Goal. 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 Wait. Was he offside? No, Pio Alvarado. Did Pio Alvarado score? Was he? Oh, it was outside of. Wait, did it? I'm confused. No, he went wide. Okay. Oh, that got me. It went wide. My bad. It went wide. The camera angle made me think it went in. It went wide. Okay. That would have been his best goal in years. My bad. That went wide. Camera angle fooled me. I got. Camera angle fooled me. I thought that went in. It had to be on, like, face up to, like, prove it went wide. I'm like, there's no way that was offside. I'm like, oh, it went. Okay. I got almost Piojo. Yep. He went wide. My bad. Lo siento. Lo siento. Lo siento. Who you got? I got Chivas. I mean, they're the best team in the league so far. Like, they should win this game. Even if they draw, it's fraud watch. Has to be a red flag. If they lose, it's certainly a red flag because they haven't lost a game, or they've lost 2 games. They haven't drawn a game yet. My bad. They've lost 2 games this season. They haven't drawn a game at all. It's on Peacock and Telemundo, I think. But I'm watching on Peacock. Because it's a Chivas home game. Playing forward. That's out for a goal kick. I mean, that was actually a good shot by Piojo. Is he actually confident now? Is Piojo actually confident for once? Either way. Either way. Twelfth minute. Well, I mean, I don't blame him. They've only lost 2 games all year, and they're top of the table. So yeah, I'd be confident too. Either way, 12 minutes. Playing forward. Pumas over the bar. Oh, so bad. So bad. Juninho over the bar. 12-21. 0-0. How much are you paying for Apple TV? Is it? Like, whatever the sticker price is for it. There's so many I can't remember off the back of my hand, but it's just Apple TV now, so that's also why I can't remember, because I used to add on season pass with it. So whatever the sticker price is for Apple TV, I don't know it off the back of my hand. Hell, the only one I know off the back of my hand is $9.99, but the WWE Network's been dead for years. So, terrible shot, Juninho. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. Dude, if Pio Alvarado is a better shot than you, are you actually good? Put your head back down. I heard Juninho was supposed to be good. Bullshit! Dude. Can't be if Pio Alvarado had a better shot than you. You can be good. If you just got outshone by Piojo Alvarado, which, yeah, he did put it wide, but it's the best shot I've seen from him in ages. Playing forward Pumas. Cleared away. Softly, but got cleared. Can't be a good player. Here comes Chivas. Pops it up, and they switch the play, but cleared away by Pumas. It's really odd time for Liga MX to play this late on Sunday. They have games. For me to cover it, yeah, it's odd because I chose a Liga MX game, but I don't think there's any MLS games today. And Chivas Pumas sounded like a really good game. You're welcome. I know, shocking. I couldn't choose an MLS game over this one, but I won't lie. I won't lie. Even if there were MLS games to pick from today, I think it's because it's Easter and, America fans, well, I don't know about that, but whatever excuse you use to not play a game on Easter when you play games on Christmas and Thanksgiving, shove it up your ass. I mean, to me, and I don't mean that to diminish the holiday, I mean that to say, if Mexico's playing on Easter, and I think Mexico is a very religious country, if I'm correct, why can't the MLS play on Easter when they played on Thanksgiving before, and the NFL played on Christmas? Thanksgiving, Easter, and Christmas, to me, are all three of the most holy holidays on the calendar, and in American sport, they play on two of them. And baseball plays on Easter, so what reason? Either way. But even then, Chivas, even with that, I still think Chivas Pumas would have been what I would have picked, even if I had to pick against MLS games. This would have been the one I picked, because this was the way Chivas is playing. I'm like, yeah, this was going to be a good game, and Pumas have been good recently. It's not like they're playing Juarez. It's not like Chivas is playing Juarez. I mean, I thought this was actually a really good game. I think it would have beat out the MLS games if they put MLS games today. Could have sworn there weren't. Either way. Either way. Yeah, they didn't play any MLS games today. I think I would have picked it anyway. Playing forward. Kids don't go to school on Good Friday in Mexico. I think growing up, I had Good Friday off, but it was part of Easter break. And it was only like 5 days. I never got a real spring break when I went to school. My Easter break and my Thanksgiving break were similar times. I think Thanksgiving was the Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of Thanksgiving, and we went back the next Monday. I think Easter was a half day on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday. Even when I went to high school. The only 2-week break we had was Christmas break, and then of course summer break. We never got a spring break, and frankly, we never got a fall break. It was only 5 days. Elementary, junior, and high school, it was only 5 days. Our Christmas break was 2 weeks, and there was one year where it was 3 because of a big snowstorm. Playing forward. But doesn't Liga MX have a lot of Argentinians and Brazilians? Spring break was always before. Yeah, my school, when it came, my two districts, same district for elementary and junior high and then a different district for high school, always had Easter break on the weekend of Easter, but it was only 5 days. It was only 5 days. I think the half day was only elementary and junior too. But either way, we never had a spring break. We just had an Easter break for 5 days. That was... Like, I feel like that's just... I don't think anybody else... Well, of course, the people I went to school with did, but I don't think... I've never heard of anybody else. Anybody else that I talked to... I mean, of course, I think... Well, people I knew personally around, but like, besides the metro area, I've never heard of anybody having that same break. I think Belleville and Edwardsville and all East Side, I think they were all the same, but I was unlucky in that case. Either way, I mean, I've heard of some other places having a real spring break even before college, so. And a fall break as well. So, 20th minute, 0-0. Enough about that. Definitely having Good Friday off wasn't religious, though. I will say that much. At least when it came to my district and area. It was never religious. They never did it for religious reasons. I'll tell you that. At least I don't think so. Pumas. Shot. Goal! Pumas lead! Pumas lead! Oh my! Juninho! No, it was Uriel Antuna. Oh. I can't believe you scored that. Well, shit. 1-0 Pumas. Uriel Antuna. I'm so shocked. Uriel Antuna scored against the run of play. 0-1 0-1. That goal was actually really good. I'm surprised it was Antuna. 21st minute. It was Antuna, though. Played to him by Juninho. Yeah, Juninho played it to Antuna, and Antuna actually had a really good finish there. Fraud watch. 1-0 Pumas. Well, I did say 3-1 Chivas, so I didn't know where the goal would come for Pumas. I guess Uriel Antuna. 0-1 instead of 1. Hey, you still could score 3 goals. I think Chivas has been the better team, except for that. Except for that goal. You just got scored on by Uriel Antuna. Packed up. You just got packed up by Uriel Antuna. Put your head back down. Put your head back down. You just got packed up by Uriel Antuna. Put your head back down. Header over the bar. I mean, does Antuna to me seem like a cool guy? From what I can tell, yes. Is he a good player? No. No, he's not. No, he's not a good player. Cool dude, from what I can tell, yeah. Good player? No. I never called him a good player. Well, okay, he never hit his ceiling. How about that? He had a high ceiling. He had a high ceiling. He never hit it. Never hit it. I mean, he did come through the Man City Academy. I thought he was solid at the Galaxy. But, okay, he never hit his ceiling. How about that? That's a better way to put it. He never hit his ceiling. Like, I thought he was actually solid with the Galaxy when he played for the Galaxy. Anybody remember that? But I always thought he had a higher ceiling, and he never hit it. So now he's just a shit player. Now he's He's been thrown around Liga MX teams like nobody's business. Chivas, Cruz Azul, Pumas. He's got drive more than most players. And what has that done for him? Not a fucking thing. He's a very good player but can never score. Okay, not a good player. I want players that can score. I can't. Chivas playing forward. Like, I can't. Header. Clear away. Like, okay, sure, you're a good player, but you're a forward. You're a winger. Score. You should be able to have some finishing product. If he was a midfielder, like a center mid, not a cam, but just a center mid, okay, I can live with that. He's a winger. He should at least be able to cross the ball. But he also needs to have some sort of finishing ability, which pretty good one there, I won't lie. But that's rare. That's rare. Like, if I have a player on the wing, I want them to be able to finish. And Pio Alvarado got a yellow card. Speaking of players who are garbage, who are overrated as all hell, Pio Alvarado. Playing forward. 26th minute, 0-1. Pumas lead. Kim Pumas. He does a good job of creating opportunities, but missing in front of goal. The goal right now was an outlier. Okay, I can agree with that. That was a really good finish, too. I mean, that's what would piss me off even more. It's like you can finish like that. Header and missed. Hormiga doesn't get at the end of it. Look. But playing forward, Dodgers looking good, Mets redeeming themselves. And the Blue Jays look screwed. It's only April, though. Things can change. Playing forward, header. Playing forward. Chivas. I'm surprised. Of course, the one game I watch for Chivas, they lose. And Tuna's frustrating because he does the hardest part and then wastes so many shots. And you know he can score if he just put his... because he did that, so... Playing forward. Ooh. Player down hurt Morales. Well, Pumas has been better recently. If I'm a Chivas fan, I'm worried now. This is called Fraud Watch. Welcome to Fraud Watch. Well, I mean, for Chivas' sake, that's a good thing. Hormiga purposely missing shots so he doesn't get called up. 300 IQ play. Well, for Chivas, that's a good thing. Because then they could win the league. What, you want them to have to worry about winning the league with frickin' Sepulveda and Ricardo Marin as their main strikers because he gets called up? This is Chivas' best chance to win the league since 2017. Oh, yeah, that one time they made the final. Either way, playing forward. Antuna's only 28. That's almost out of your prime. You do realize that, right? Like, 28 is damn near the end of somebody's prime. 28, 29. Before you know it, he'll be out of his prime and playing for Juarez in about 2 years or so. Or Necaxa, yeah. Playing forward. And Pumas attacking. Saved. That's my point. Playing forward. State of the art. Set up when? I don't know. Well, you're not a sports player. It doesn't matter. I'm talking sports-wise, out of prime. Like, you're not a sports player. It doesn't. Like, regular person prime, regular man prime, and athletic man prime are two different things, Daniel. Like, no, you'll never be an athletic star. No. But you're just getting there when it comes to regular man prime. It's weird. It's weird. It doesn't make any sense, but it does in the same way. Header. Prime is 24 to 28. As an athlete, yes. As a normal person, as a normal man, you're just getting there. It's weird. But it is what it is. It's two different things. Unless you're Jamie Vardy. Well, yeah. Dude's still doing pretty well in Serie A, honestly. He's actually one of the best strikers in Serie A. I'm honestly surprised. Maybe that says something about Italian football we already knew. But either way, 33rd minute. $28 to $32 is your final big contract. Well, also, Tom Brady was always in his prime. Tom Brady is the exception to the rule. Tom Brady never left his prime. And the only reason he did is because he chose to retire. I guess Jamie Vardy is another exception. He was a late bloomer, and then he's still good. So, I think that says a lot. Either way, playing forward is Chivas. Brady only retired because his wife left him, pretty much. Brady never left his prime, and he still got it. If you watch that flag football game and you saw some of the throws Brady made and the jump up in the pocket that he made, he still got it. Playing forward. I won't be a sports superstar, but I wish I was. I think a lot of people do. Wish they were. That's life. Me, I'd be a better coach anyway, so. Well. Yeah, Giselle was definitely doing jiu-jitsu, wasn't she? Either way. 35th minute. Playing forward. Blocked away. I think the refs were just shit. I don't think the refs screwed Colorado. I think the refs were just shit. But even if we got help, it's the first time in ages where we got help for once. Oh, what did he do? Playing forward. I agree with you. Pro refs are garbage. I predict Vardy plays in MLS in 2 seasons. I wouldn't mind if he played for Toronto. It's probably better than Josh Sargent. Either way. I think Vardy could still, even if he's 40 when he plays in MLS, 41, he could still score 10, 15, 20 goals in MLS. I still think he could. And Vardy still presses like an absolute dog. Either way, 36th minute. Chivas, ball crossed in and cleared. Horrible cross. Playing forward. Ball crossed in. Shot. Save. Shot. Saved. Keylor Navas with 2 big 10-bell saves to keep it a Pumas lead and blocked away. Playing forward. Chip through, and that'll be cleared. 2 big 10-bell saves by Navas. "37th minute. Yeah, Chivas don't got it tonight. Heel turn. Okay, rocket-powered Mohawk. Okay, rocket-powered Mohawk. Playing forward. I don't know why he hasn't, when Navas barely wants to play for Costa Rica anyway. Playing forward. Cross in. Switches the play. He's landed with Chivas. Shot blocked away. What are you doing? Rebound blocked. Goal kick. Chivas just ain't got it tonight. I'm going to be real. They just ain't got it tonight. Rugby's a fun sport. It's good. Costa Rica is the biggest failure in CONCACAF. Not wrong. "39th minute. NHL playoffs approaching. Yep, and we'll see how many games I do even with the Leafs out. Should be a fun one. I think I will. The Giants are last place in the NL West. Could always be worse. Blues are tied 1-1. Definitely if the Blues make the playoffs, I'll do the Blues game for sure. Or the Blues games. Raptors make the NBA playoffs. At least the play-in 2-1 Colorado. Okay, I'm not surprised. Yellow card. Robert Thomas 2-2. Let's go. The Blues are fighting hard, man. The Blues are fighting hard. Robert Thomas. Good. Playing forward. Pedro Vite, yellow card. Header. Shot! Goal! Pumas 2! Pumas 2! That I don't know. That might have been an own goal. 2-0. 0-2. I don't know, man. That might have been an own goal. Whoa. Nope, it's Alvaro Angulo scored. Ball played over the top and in. Alvaro Angulo scores and makes it 0-2. This could be Chivas' third loss of the season. They are in trouble. Chivas just doesn't have it tonight. Let's be, as I said, they just don't have it tonight. They don't have it tonight. And it's going to be Jose Castillo. Own goal. Own goal. Yep, I thought so. Jose Castillo own goal. That sounds a lot more like it, honestly. Yeah, that's an own goal. Auto goal. Auto goal. Jose Castillo. Yep. I thought so. Yeah, there was a rumor about that, but I don't even know if I want that. Let's see if they check it. I was expecting them to score, but what was that? Off his shin. How dumb. Yeah, I don't think that can be checked if that's an auto goal. So, yeah, no, it is a Jose Castillo. Own goal. 0-2 0-2. Nope, I guess they are checking it. Pumas has been real lucky this season, but they've been better recently. Imagine if Italy won the World Cup. It would be just as bad as the Euros. If Italy somehow got in because Iran pulled out and they put in Italy for bullshit reasons because they're the highest ranked team outside of the tournament and Italy won the World Cup, it is a goal for Jose Castillo, or the own goal for Jose Castillo. Pumas leads 2-0. I'd be pissed off. It'd be worse than the Euros. If Italy somehow bullshitted their way a la Chelsea to winning the World Cup because they got put in for Iran, they just treated them like a wild card and all that, and they got in and won, I would flip shit. It would be just as bad as the freaking Euros. The FIGC would be like, hey, everything's fine. Look, we got an extra chance and we won. Everything's fine. It would just be like the Euros. It would be the worst thing possible. I hope Iran stays in just so that doesn't happen. Because you know well and damn good that if Italy got put in as a wild card, they would win the whole fucking thing. You just know it. Not because they're good, just because that's the way shit goes. Like, they're going to laugh. Like, the football gods are going to laugh about it. It's going to be like Chelsea winning the Club World Cup. They had no reason to win that damn thing, and it made things worse. But would you love watching it when it went down? Yeah, I would, just like the Euros. But at least this time I know in the moment it's not what we need. Even if they won the World Cup, and I'd still love watching it. Unlike the Euros, I would know in the moment that's not what they need. But they're not going to be there. Because Iran's going to be at the World Cup unless, I don't know. What do you think of Enzo's 2-game suspension? He ain't playing for Chelsea ever again. I've never seen a team so soft suspend a guy for saying, I want to go to Real Madrid. The fuck are you doing? Chelsea sucks, man. 41st minute OG, and it is 0-2. Like, that's just sad. Like, if any, like, I'm going to be real. Most people with an actual, who are somewhat normal, who are normal in the head, or at least somewhat, would be like, oh, I'd love to go to Real Madrid, coach or player. If they ever had a chance, if they backed themselves, they'd be like, I'd love to play for Madrid. I'd love to live in Madrid. What the hell did Enzo say that was wrong? Now, best 3 players in the world right now. I would say Harry Kane, Lamine Yamal, Mbappe. Harry 1, Lamine 2, Mbappe 3. I think Harry Kane looks awesome right now. He looks like he's back in his prime. He's as good as he once was. He ain't as good as he once was, but he's good once as he ever was. Now, it could be because he's playing for Bayern Munich, but the man looks awesome right now. He's scoring goals, and that's what he's supposed to do. So, Harry Kane. Lamine Yamal second. Even had time to oral farm at Baller League, and then Mbappe third. What about Haaland? He asked for those 3 players. He didn't ask about Haaland. I'd say Haaland's better than Mbappe, though. Chivas. Blocked away. I was answering the question as was given. Haaland was not referenced. I'd still put him above Mbappe, though. Right now. 0-2. Said what else? Lamine. Plays it in. Cleared away. Harry Kane. Haaland, I don't. It's a toss-up. Mbappe's not. Bellingham, no. I love João Pedro, but I'm not going to say some dumb shit. I love Esteval, but he's barely played. If Esteval played way more this year, Chelsea would be a better position. I think Esteval's got the juice. I think Esteval's amazing. I think he would legitimately be Chelsea's best player if he played more than he did. If Esteval played more than 100 or 900 something minutes or whatever, I think he'd be Chelsea's best player. He certainly carried them to further than he is now, but he can't be the best player because Harry Kane looks refreshed and less stressed. I agree. Playing forward. So, yeah, I mean, really, Harry Kane is all I can really say. That's better than Lamine. I can't believe I'm saying that, but of course, Man City would do that. $24 million for an 18-year-old Argentine they've never played. Of course. Man City doing Man City things. Throw in. Yeah, Pumas have been the better team, or at least the more solid team today. Chivas just ain't got it today. I'm going to be real. They just ain't got it today. '49th minute. Hot take, 2019 Kawhi is better than 2017 Steph Curry. I agree. I'm biased, but I agree. 2019 Kawhi is better than 2017 Steph Curry. I agree. '50th minute, player down. The kid on loan to Bayern. Lamine is good, but he's definitely a bit overhyped. He's playing well. Do you have any sports cards? I just paid $70 for a card. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Over there's a lot of boxes of sports cards, so yeah. Old as hell, but either way. Paying $70 for a card, it better have been a good card, not... It better have been a big pack of cards or a really good card. If you paid $70 for a random card that ain't worth shit, that was dumb. If you paid $70 for a big box of cards, okay. Get Piojo the hell out of here. Put Sandoval or Camberos. Yeah. 51st minute. I agree with that. Who we taking here? Who you're taking, Lamine, Mbappe, or Haaland? I'm not taking Mbappe, that's for sure. It's not hard to see the hockey puck if you watch hockey. Is a Drew Brees Adam Punk card. It's Brees in a robot-like suit. It's 1-1. Well, I'd say that's about 70. It's a Drew Brees card and a 1-1. Yeah, that's about worth $70. Yeah, that's not a bad one. That sounds like a good card. Shallowy or Toklamati? Shallowy, easy. Easy. Shot! Wide. I mean, best player in the world. I don't care. Okay, that's just... Oh. And it's 53rd minute, and we're going to halftime. 0-2, settle it all, medio tiempo. Chivas ain't got it tonight. See what they could do to save this in the second half. Pumas look like the better team so far, and we'll see what happens. With that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going. 0-2, settle it all, Pumas. Corbianu or Toklamati? Toklamati. We haven't seen Corbianu play this year yet. I'd like to see him play before, but right now Toklamati, because I think Toklamati had a better season than Corbianu last year. So, going off that, Toklamati over Corbianu. Not saying Corbianu's a bad player, but he could be better this year. I would hope so, with how more solid a team is. But, I mean, now, should we be playing Malik Henry while Corbianu's out? Yes, but for some reason they won't do that. Either way. With that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going, sit tight, be back. 0-2, 0-2 minuto tiempo. We'll be back. Sit tight. We're back for the stats at the half. What we got? We are back for the stats at the half. Okay, there we go. We got 0-2 at the half, 67% possession to 33% possession, 11 shots to 4, 3 shots on goal to 1, 303 accurate passes, 90%, pass accuracy to 124 passes, accurate passes, 75% pass accuracy, 8 fouls to 2, 2 corners to 0, 11 shots to 4, 3 shots on goal to 1, 335 passes to 165, 90% pass accuracy to 75, 7 throws to 13, 0 offside to 0, 1 yellow card to 3, 0 red card to 0, 0-2, cero a dos. Chivas just ain't got it. They just don't got it tonight. They're not creating well. I think them having Alvarado in the midfield is not good. I'll agree with that. I think they have to switch out their midfielders. For sure, Camberos or probably Camberos in. The final ball's not there. They're a lot sloppy. They're sloppier than Pumas. I think Pumas have executed better, and that's why Pumas are winning. I think when it comes to Chivas, they are not executing. They're sloppy and they're not executing, and that's why they're losing. Pumas are not playing sloppily. They're playing well, and they're not, and they are executing. So I think that's pretty much the story as it stands. So there you go. Simple. What's your favorite movie of all time? I'm going to say Full Metal Jacket. I mean, I watch it every Christmas Eve, so if I'm still doing that almost a decade on, it's got to be Full Metal, right? I love the Twilight Saga, but probably going to pick the one that people agree with more. I love Twister and Twisters, both tornado movies. I love those two. Yeah, I'll just go Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, I think that's a good answer. What do you think of Pumas this season, and why do you think Pumas always choke in CONCACAF? I think Pumas have played better recently. I think they weren't at their best when they lost to San Diego. And San Diego, I think they very much underrated for the fact of normally there are teams who do well in their first year and then if they do well, they normally have a sophomore slump. And they weren't going to play Lozano. So I do believe that Pumas underrated San Diego, and that's how they lost. And I think they never caught up. That San Diego held on after kicking their ass in the second leg. And I think they weren't at their best when they lost that tie. I think they've gotten better. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll see how the second half goes. Three minutes to the start of the second half. We'll see if they make any changes. We'll review this game once it's over. And we'll get the review up pretty quickly. "45 minutes to go. "45 more minutes. Thoughts on the current state of the WWE? I mean, I'm not. It's garbage. TKO is ruining everything. I don't think Triple H is doing well at booking, but I don't think it helps that TKO is meddling in everything and putting celebrities everywhere. I think it's garbage. And yeah, I'll watch WrestleMania on a third-party stream because they lied about YouTube TV getting integrated with Unlimited, so, or at least they still haven't got it ready, so I don't know. It's garbage. It's garbage. It's sad. It's sad. Second half, Brian Gutierrez has to play the second half. I agree. No, if the WWE keeps being shittier and shittier, I'm done. I was watching New Japan. I can't. I will never be at AEW. The only way I watch AEW is if John Cena technically doesn't lie but lies and he shows up as Peacemaker. If AEW brings in Peacemaker and makes him the world champion and John Cena technically isn't lying about retiring, yeah, that's how I'll watch AEW. I don't think John Cena will ever do that, but point is, I will never. And there are people in AEW that I'm a big fan of, as in Jon Moxley and such. I still Chris Jericho, I barely watch their matches. I don't give a shit. They're dead to me. Cool. Sadly enough, I don't think Buffalo Wild Wings is as good as it used to be, but okay. 0-2. Antuna Castillo scored. Oh, Antuna did score Pumas own goal against Chivas. Cope all you want. With that being said, they've all either drawn or lost. Yeah, you're coping now. Yeah, Alex is coping now. He's not wrong, but he's coping. Either way, substitution. Gutierrez. Yeah, Brian Gutierrez coming on for Chivas. Good. Yeah, they have cheaper prices for their shows, but I don't want to watch them. So, I don't care. And I think that's another sub. Angel Sepulveda coming on as well. Gutierrez on for Castillo. Wait, what? Well, they got to push for it. So, Gutierrez for Castillo and Angel Sepulveda coming on for hopefully Piojo. Here we go. Second half. Chivas is playing a back four now. Well, I mean, I would hope. Well, that makes sense. Either way. Who's the dark horse for the World Cup? as I said. Morocco, I guess. Japan. Probably Japan. And we're off. Second half. Pumas kickoff. "45th minute, 0-2. Dark Horses Norway. Fair enough. They're having a really good season. Or MJF. Will Ospreay or MJF? I don't care. I mean, I guess Will Ospreay because I watched him in New Japan, and I liked when he was in New Japan. MJF has been AEW completely. So I've actually watched Will Ospreay matches, and I watched some really good ones too when he was in New Japan. Him and Ricochet, so I guess Will Ospreay because I've actually watched his matches before he went to the Pissant Company. I guess. I used to like him. CAF Confederations Cup final or semifinal game? No. Probably not. Playing forward, 47th minute. Playing forward, Chivas. Okay. I don't care. I don't care. AEW is a pissant company. And I don't care how bad the WWE is. I will never watch Tony Khan's toy box. I will never do that. I will retire from wrestling when John Cena did, pretty much. Like, if WWE gets what, I didn't retire when he did. But, I barely have watched this year anyway. I've only watched the Rumble, and I'm going to watch WrestleMania. So, I mean, that's pretty much what John Cena used to be. I love professional wrestling, but AEW ain't what I love. It's a bastardization of what I love. By a coke addict, toy box, Toy Story Andy dude who shouldn't have any wrestling business. The only reason it won't go full WCW is because his daddy's loaded. The only way I watch AEW is if John Cena lied, but he'd show up as Peacemaker, so he technically didn't lie about never wrestling again. It's the only way I'd watch it. The only way you get me to watch AEW is if John Cena showed up. Because I would never turn on John Cena. John Cena is the only way I watch AEW. Which will never happen because I believe him when he said he's fully retired. And I don't think he's going to do some technically not a lie bullshit about wrestling as Peacemaker. Even though Warner owns Peacemaker. So, no. I think they're getting closer, actually. I think they're close. I think the current NXT is sort of, at least around the early TakeOver era, level of enjoyment. I like current NXT. It's probably my favorite show in WWE. Sadly, I barely can watch it because there's a lot of stuff on Tuesdays, but I'd say NXT is the best brand they have right now. Kind of like when NXT was in its prime. So, I heard UCLA won. NXT women's division is good. I agree. It's the best women's division in the world. Even with the call-ups. Always has been. Let's be real. NXT women's division has always been the best women's division in the world. Always has been. I mean, a lot of our players are injured. Either way, he ain't going to do that. I'm just saying the only way I watch AEW is if John Cena goes to AEW. Because John Cena, I will never. Dude, I didn't even boo Cena when he had that shitty heel turn. I still cheered John. Even if I called his heel turn shitty, I still cheered him. John Cena is, screw it, no. John Cena is my hero. I will watch AEW just for John Cena if he ever lied about not wrestling again. Whether it was a technically not lying because he shows up as Peacemaker knowing damn well that's John, or he just lied and he'd rather go to AEW because, well, at least he didn't show up in WWE again, didn't he? Either way, and hell, I mean, I don't blame John for the shitty heel turn. I blame TKO. I blame The Rock. I blame Ari Emanuel. I blame every bastard who thought, hey, let's turn somebody heel at Chamber, and Cody didn't want to do it because he's a power-tripping son of a bitch, so John had to do it because John always does what they tell him to do, and it was a garbage heel turn, and The Rock ruined everything. What am I supposed to? So, header. Who you got tomorrow, UConn or Michigan? UConn. Dan Hurley don't lose, but I'm not covering it because it ain't Illinois. But Dan Hurley don't lose, UConn. It was great to see Dawn Staley lose. I agree. No hate, but I'm tired of seeing Dawn Staley win all the time. Especially when she destroyed Mississippi State when Mississippi State was good. She's a damn good coach, but I'm glad South Carolina lost. I love seeing South Carolina lose. They're too damn good. And they've destroyed Mississippi State too many times, especially in the Vic Schaefer era. So, I will always be happy when South Carolina loses. Cross in, always. John was a heel back in the days when he was Thugonomics. Yeah, he started as a heel back then, but that was a good heel run. He got so over, they had to turn him face. I'm talking about the last heel run. I'm talking about the last real champion. I'm talking about kicking Cody Rhodes in the balls. I'm talking about retconning the damn thing when Travis Scott won coming back in the stupidest way possible. Benevendo and Carrasquilla coming on for Pumas, 54th minute. At least it seems to me Little Yachty loves wrestling more than Travis Scott, even though Little Yachty's he hasn't been famous since 2018. Talking about celebrity, my ass. Little Yachty hasn't been famous since 2018. What do you mean, celebrity? Little Yachty hasn't had a hit since 2018. The fuck is he there for? At least, in defense of Travis Scott, he may not be a wrestling fan, and he didn't respect the business, but at least he had a hit even after he had people get crushed at Astro World. That just shows you how bad Little Yachty has been since 2018. Dude, if you can't get a hit, but a dude who got people crushed at his concert still made a hit, you suck. Why are you even there? Pat McAfee, I can understand. ESPN and Pat McAfee's popular. I can understand Jelly Roll. Even though Jelly Roll is, honestly, he gives me the ick now. I won't even lie. Losing all that weight just makes me side-eye him. Like, I'm happy for his health, but he just looks like he sold his soul. And they took away 300 pounds when he sold his soul. I mean, the freaking Arbor stuff doesn't help either way. 55th minute. But really, Little Yachty is the best you could do for a celebrity. The dude hadn't had a hit since 2018. He wasn't good in the first place. I don't know. 56th minute. Darby Allin or Orange Cassidy? Orange Cassidy. Just because. Free kick for Chivas, 0-2, Cerodos. Yeah, Chivas still don't have it. They made substitutions and they still don't have it. Orange Cassidy. Something's wrong with Darby Allin in his head. Dude's not right in the head. Dude thinks he's Chris Angel. Pretty much. I'm not comfortable watching him be the 2020s version of Chris Angel. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm sad that the Islanders got Peter DeBoer. That means we're getting Bruce Cassidy. That means the Toronto Maple Leafs are getting Bruce Cassidy. Yay. Really? Really? I wish we would keep Berube then. Bruce Cassidy ain't that much better. Like, that's no upgrade. I don't care. Like, if it was Peter DeBoer, I'd be like, you know what? That's actually an upgrade on Berube. If we have to fire him, we're going to fire Berube for Bruce fucking Cassidy. Wow. 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 That sucks. I don't care. That sucks. I'd rather keep Berube going down. I've heard David Carl's name thrown in there. The one who's won with like the World Juniors team. I'm okay with that, but that's really just hiring another Sheldon Keefe. I don't know. It sucked when we saw Tortorella go to Vegas because I would have loved John Tortorella coaching the Leafs. And now we don't get Peter DeBoer either. We're going to lose. We're going to get Bruce Cassidy. Wow. I'd rather keep Berube. I'd rather keep Berube. 59th minute. Playing forward. 59th minute. Playing forward. Chivas, cross in, blocked away. Foul the other way, free kick. What about hiring Graham Potter? He's not a hockey coach. I'd rather have him than Bruce Cassidy, though, actually. But Bruce Cassidy just seems like such a bad hire to me. Like that. What is it? Because he's a nice guy, and I think he won a cup with a. He won a cup with the Golden Knights because they're fucking loaded. Wow. Do you think Monterrey goes after Almeida or Gallardo, new head coach? Sadly enough, I'd say Almeida. Either way. Playing forward. '61st minute, 0-2, Ceroros. Playing forward, header. Playing forward, Pumas. If they score a third, this game probably is over. Pumas, good breakaway. Goes down in the box. No penalty. I'm surprised. Well, I think they do need to show improvement, yeah. Header over the bar. Islanders are top third in the Western Conference in goals allowed all season. Just imagine how much worse it would be if they didn't have Schaefer. '63rd minute. Playing forward over the top, header. Shameful dive, Antuna. I don't. Shot blocked away. Yeah, Chivas just don't have it tonight. Playing forward, Pumas. Here's a chance shot over the bar. Dobish and Fowler are amazing. I agree. '64th minute. Header. Substitution is Ledesma for Marin. Ricardo Marin coming on. Chivas, they're trying to save the game or save something out of the game. Throw in. Header down. Cleared away. Header. Playing forward, Chivas. Here's a chance blocked away. Playing forward. '66th minute. Zilla Fatu versus Karrion Kross independent scene should be a WrestleMania match. I agree. I don't know about could be, but it should be. Kross in. They don't. Karrion Kross just. He deserved better. And I don't think Zilla's going to get signed by WWE either. Dude's still a crash out waiting to happen. '66th minute. Navas puts it down for a goal kick. '68th minute. Playing forward. '68th minute. $20 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Chipped over the top, header, and somehow saved. Oh my God. They cannot finish to save their life. And they can't, when they create, they can't finish. And when they can't create, they look bad. My God. Fraud watch. Fraud watch. Fraud watch, Chivas. Fraud watch. I would, if I'm Zilla, I would take that. Slaving away at MLW doesn't help anymore. I think he probably has to take the TNA contract and build rapport from there, in my opinion. Either way. Playing forward, cross through, header. Header. Cleared away. Playing forward, Chivas. Oh. Cross header and goal! They're only one down now. Hormiga. Of course. Header, they put one in. 1-2, 1-2. 20 minutes to score equalizer and maybe even win the game. Hormiga scores the header, and it's in. And Chivas have life. Is it pretty? No, but it's something. Ball crossed in. Header. Boom. Perfect header. Just over Navas, and there you go. '70th minute. 1-2. Still on Fraud Watch, but okay. 19 minutes plus stoppage time to at least tie the game, and Chivas are back on it. And if they score quicker, they might have a chance to win. Good game for a Sunday night on Easter Sunday, yeah? I agree. It's out for a throw. Playing forward, header. Playing forward. Chivas on it. Free kick for offside. It'll be a free kick for Pumas. Hofer lost his skate blade. Damn. What a header. Just dunks on Benevendo as well. Dunked on his ass. Chivas championship confirmed. Chivas Liga championship 2026 confirmed. Playing forward. Playing forward. Onside. Chivas. Plays it through. Shot save. Tipped on is saved. Playing forward. Header cleared. That'll be a corner for Chivas. Goal kick. That's a free kick because of injury. Substitution for Pumas, 2 of them. Garza and Trigos coming on for Pumas. Hormiga's on fire. Yeah, he is. Playing forward. Pumas on the ball. You're going backwards, kid. Throw in. 75th minute. Playing forward. Chivas attacking. Shot saved by Jelly Roll World Cup song. It's garbage. The Jelly Roll World Cup song is garbage. Garbage. Horrible. Horrible. And I like country music. That was garbage. Feels like it's an AI song. Feels like they made a freaking AI song. Horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Horrible. Makes my ears bleed. And I like country music, so I don't... It feels like so 2012. It's exactly what I hate about bro country. And Jelly Roll's better than that. Playing forward. 77th minute. Two substitutions. A player with 226 on his back while chasing the game. Sandoval on for Alvarez. Oh, Sandoval. Oh, okay, yep. Gomez on for Gonzalez. Playing forward. Man, I love Liga MX with the triple numbers. Playing forward, Chivas. Playing forward. I mean, I'd say I've done a little bit better this year on diverse content. I mean, header. I mean, the World Cup, I guess I have to. I mean, a lot of the games I do will be CONCACAF, especially in the group stage, but playing forward, blocked away. Shot wide. I mean, Chivas is cooking. They need a goal. I would say they need a goal. CONCACAF form besides the Gold Cup. I think you're wrong. But I don't. Either way. Like, people... Either way, 80th minute. Champs Cup been awful, 0 upsets. You're acting like Nashville doesn't exist. And you know what? I think it's better that we had an upset that actually might matter instead of like, well, they won one time, got lucky, and they're going to get bodied the next one. I think Nashville having an upset means they're probably going to go to the semifinal at least. To me, I think that's a better upset to have. In my opinion, at least. I mean, I think it's better to have a semifinal where you... I don't know. Either way, 81st minute. Oh, no. I think it's just better to have a semifinal where you... Yeah, but Miami was always the favorite to everybody else, so... What do you want? I mean, they beat the favorite. Whether you kind of saw it coming or not, they beat the overall favorite to win the whole damn thing. At least one of the top 2 favorites. I mean, to me, I feel like that's an upset, even if they don't exactly deserve to be the favorite. Say they were the favorite. So. Playing forward, Chivas blocked away. 82 minutes. Saw it coming after the first leg. Well, you would think Miami would win at home. Miami barely drew Austin. Yep. They are garbage right now. And Suarez saved their ass. Carrasquilla might have almost put this game away, but a big save by Talaranel to make sure it doesn't go off and be finished. Playing forward, cleared away. 83rd minute. The sad part is Houston Carrasquilla would have scored that. Definitely would have scored that. Hey, don't disrespect hockey like that. I mean, the net's very small. It's a lot smaller than a football net. The goalie is basically covering the whole damn thing. I mean, when the goalie's wearing pads, that makes him look like a freaking big old turtle. Yeah, it's hard to score on one of those nets. Like, do you realize how pinpoint you have to be to score in hockey? You realize why there's so many tip-ins, right? You realize why they put centers in front of the net, especially when players are at the slot or at the point. Because that's probably the easiest, especially with some of the goalies in the game. And I'm just going by like normal pads. You look at Andre Vasilevsky, and a 0-0 draw is born most of the time. What? I'd rather watch a game that goes 3 overtimes in the Stanley Cup playoffs sitting at 2-2 or even 1-1 than watch a 0-0 draw sometimes. I'll admit it. Most 0-0 draws are boring. What are you trying? At least when there's a draw in hockey, I'd say it's more entertaining. It's not because they can't score. It's because the goalies, you have to be pinpoint. It's not because they can't finish. It's the goalies are basically, you got to get it over his shoulder, 5-hole him. And he's got to miss the puck. Especially guys like Vasilevsky and Prime Bobrovsky and Prime Stolars, and other than that, header. Like, I would rather watch a 0-0 draw going to overtime and maybe even 3 overtimes in hockey than a 0-0 draw in hockey or football. Because look at that net. You should, if you're that talented, you should be able to score on that net. In a football net. That means you're shit. I'm gonna say it. If it's a 0-0 draw, that means both teams didn't put on their shooting boots. And that makes the game boring. Hell, even 1-1 draws can be boring sometimes. Hockey, going to overtime doesn't mean the game was boring. It means the goalie was good. And they were taking shots at him, and they couldn't score. Now, I watched the Habs play in the playoffs. You'll see you're wrong. I think, because I'll admit it, I think the Habs, dude, hockey and football are my 1A, 1B sports. I've watched a whole hell of a lot of both. I know what I'm talking about. Watch the Habs play in the playoffs. One of the most high-flying teams in the sport. High-flying young teams in the sport. You'll see what I'm talking about when you watch Cole Caulfield, Suzuki play. Slavkovsky, Kapanen. You'll see. You'll see. Hockey boring my ass. Hockey boring my ass. Hell, I might cover the Habs games. Who knows? During the playoffs, because the Leafs didn't make the playoffs. Like, I have no problem with the Montreal Canadiens. I don't see them as a rival. At all. Because I'm not that old. I'm not old enough to see them as a real rival. I'm not a boomer. I love watching the Habs play. I do. Like, I think they're amazing. I think they're amazing. I think they're awesome. I wish the Leafs could be that freaking dynamic. Hell, even when the Leafs, Matthews, Marner, Nylander, even when they were young, they were never that dynamic. Even in the rookie season of all those guys, they were never that dynamic. What Martin St. Louis has done for the Habs has just been amazing. It's been amazing, and they've hit all the right buttons. 88th minute. They just have. I mean, trust me, if hockey was crap, if it was as boring as you say, I would not even want to watch the Stanley Cup playoffs without the Leafs. I still want to cover non-Leafs playoff games and non-Blues playoff games for that matter. Chivas finally seems fired up. Yeah, and it's too late, it seems like. Best case, I think they're going to get a draw. They finally figured it out too late. Either way, 89th minute. Playing forward. And they lose it. Advantage play, no free kick. Chivas with a cross, headed away and cleared. Out for a throw-in. 90th minute. '89th minute. Cross in, saved. Great energy all game. I wouldn't say that. 6 minutes stoppage time. Why does Liga MX always have so many nutty amounts of stoppage time at the end of both halves? Playing forward. Blocked away. Cleared away. Plenty of theatrics. Kapanen's been struggling in the face-off dot recently. He needs to get better at that. Yeah, I would agree with that. But that's hockey for you. Playing forward. Ball crossed in. Sandoval. Header. Saved by Navas. Playing forward, 92 minutes. What's with these ads every 2 minutes? That's really YouTube's putting ads every 2 minutes? I said medium ads. What the hell? Either way. It's not my fault. Well, I guess it is. But you would think medium means less than every 2 minutes. Maybe every 20. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, every 20. 92 minutes. Either way. ESPN. Oh, well, hockey does have stoppages. It seems to me every time there's a goal stoppage or a penalty stoppage, there's a commercial. Icing, not so. But hockey does have more stoppages than football. The clock does stop in penalties and icing and face-offs and offsides. And they found their way to putting up commercials. 93rd minute. Mimolta gets a yellow card, 94th minute. Cross in, blocked away. Can Chivas tie the game? 94th minute. Goal. Goal for the Blues. Let's go. Down in the box. Blues lead. Thomas gives the Blues the lead. Let's go. Robert Thomas, baby. Love it. Blues playoff games, possibly chances for that. Still playing forward. Shot wide. Going into the final minute. Player down. Could this be a penalty? I mean, if it is a foul, it's probably against Pumas, but let's see. I was like, did I miss something? I mean, he did bowl him over, but let's see if they check this. Alvarado down. Chivas might draw their first match of the season if this is a penalty. If this turns into a penalty. Theatrics. I mean, he did roll him over, and he fell into him. I mean, in theory. Corner. They're out in time. They want free lunch. Well, I mean, that may be the way to tie the game. Possible penalty. Possible penalty. Possible penalty. Let's see. Yeah. That can't be a penalty. I mean, it's at Liga MX, it probably is. And let's see. Referee calls for penalty. Penalty, Chivas. Can they rescue their point? Can they rescue a point? Penalty. 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 100th minute. Penalty. Probably the last kick of the game. I don't know. We'll see. Chivas trying to save the draw. Their first draw of the season. If they score, it'll be Chivas' first draw of the season. They were 10-0-2 going into this game. They'll either be 10-0-3 if they miss or 10-1-2. I mean, they had some fight. Definitely still. Piojo Alvarado, is he going to take the penalty? Nope, Hormiga's going to take the penalty. I think that makes sense. Boom. (101st minute). Hormiga to take the penalty and save the draw. Are you proud for St. Louis getting a point at Citi Field? Yeah, I'm proud of them. I'm surprised, honestly. I thought New York's been solid this year, so St. Louis getting the point's good. Hormiga runs up, shot, goal, goal, goal. 2-2, 2-0. Navas went the right way, but Hormiga powers it past. And Chivas saved the draw, their first draw of the season. Depending on when the referee calls for full time. 90 plus 11. Penalty. 2-2, 2-2. Saved it. Boom. We'll save the point. Goal for Hormiga. 2 goals. Brace for Hormiga. Saves the point for Chivas with a header and a penalty. Playing forward. See when the referee blows the whistle. And it's full time. 2-2. 2-2, 2-2. Chivas saved the point. Their first draw of the season. 10-1-2. Could have been worse. You could look at it as a good fight. You could also look at it as fraud watch. It's 50-50. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send stats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour for the review of this match. And we'll play devil's advocate, I guess, for fraud watch and good fight. Pretty much. That's pretty much what it'll be. With that being said, I will see you later. And then, of course, next time I'll see you after the review is Tuesday for Champions Cup, 7 and 9. And then Wednesday, Champions Cup. It's 4 Champions Cup games on Tuesday, 2 each Tuesday and Wednesday. And we'll be live for both and reviewing the later match of those days. With that being said, review, and I'll see you on Tuesday. We'll make the streams for Tuesday and Wednesday tomorrow night, and I'll see you on Tuesday. But, of course, review first. With that being said, I'll see you later. I'm running. I'm out. Peace. See you.